music, and more. I'm so super excited about this channel. You guys gave me so much love last week. It was my first official video that I made, just an intro to Monody music, and I was so super nervous, but I had such positive feedback. You guys are great on the messages, the shares, the likes. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to this channel. It's a way that I hope to connect with you guys, share my heart, share my music, share my inspiration, and just share, really. So last week was kind of just an introduction to Monody music, and today I wanted to make my first official video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5-step process to songwriting. Now, this isn't the official 5-step process to songwriting, it's just my process for songwriting. So if you are a singer and you've been wanting to dabble into songwriting, or you're a musician and you wanted to dabble into songwriting, this is just my take on that. So maybe you can try it out and see if it works for you. If not, there's like 1,000 more videos on YouTube about songwriting process. This is just my take, so hopefully it helps. So here we go. You gotta write. You need something to write with. I have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of songs that I was feeling like, man, I'm never gonna get to share with anyone. You need a book. You need a book, guys. So step 1, get yourself a notebook. And one that you like, one that's pretty that you want to write in. Not like a 3-hole, I don't even know what are those called. 3 spiral college ruled notebooks. That's not inspirational. Oh, this one's so nice. Look, my bestie Michelle, one of my best friends, she got this for me. This was my daughter. But this is her message for me. It says, "He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing." And that's in Zechariah 3:17. She said, "What is God the Father singing over you, Ariana? Quiet and listen. Write the songs from the Father's heart. Songs for healing, songs for deliverance, songs for freedom." So I have just a small tip or tidbit for you. I have designated notebooks depending on the kind of writing I'm doing. I have one notebook that's dedicated just to worship, one notebook that's dedicated to strong feelings, or if I'm going through something, more of like a poetry book. I have one that I keep for solely upbeat songs. I know when I was thinking of this song that the melody was more upbeat. I don't like to mix my thoughts in one notebook. If you're a writer that can write a song top to bottom right away, that's amazing. Mine comes every few weeks, sometimes months. I'll get a chorus and then nothing. So I want to make sure that if it's a worship song and I know that the melody or at the moment of inspiration, it was going to be a worship song, I'll put it in my worship notebook. That way, later on, when I do get the verse or I do get the bridge for that, I know exactly where I wrote that first part. So you can organize it in your phone, in folders. I do a lot of talk texting when I'm out and can't write, and then I like to transfer it when I get home. If I have a song that I knew when I was thinking of the lyrics, it was upbeat, I don't want to mix it with my worship, because then when I look back on my worship notebook, I'm trying to make this song a worshipy song, but the feeling's not there. So I just like to separate it and have it organized, and that's just a tip that I have. So if you want to invest in a few different notebooks to organize it that way, I'm telling you, it is worth it. Or just get organized on your phone, whichever way you like it. I like pen to paper, so that's how I do it. So guys, yes, this is a different day, and I'm continuing my video the next day, which is Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. Happy Easter. Yesterday, I'm amazed I got as far as I did. Like I said, I'm a mother of 2, so I did as much as I could, and then I had to tap in as mom. Thankfully, my husband was here for most of the day and was helping me being able to have my own space while the kids were here. So we're gonna continue our video today, and there's gonna be a weird little flashback because I did record my number 2 step yesterday, but I didn't record my intro to the number 2 step. So the intro is gonna be today, and then the content was gonna be from yesterday. Step number 2 in the songwriting process for me is be vulnerable in your writing. Music is such a beautiful language. What I go through, I write about. I write worship to God. I write about things that I'm going through, issues with my family and my marriage, on what I'm needing help with. It's just a way to cope, a way to let out all your emotions. It's a time where I can be unashamed of my flaws and just be transparent with God. And it also reminding myself as I'm writing, I might start writing a song, and when I'm writing the song, I'm in a place of desperation and pain. And the next time I go into finish that song, I've been healed, I've been restored, and I'm singing. Maybe it's the bridge, maybe it's the second verse, but I'm singing my breakthrough. And it's just a beautiful reminder to myself when I'm writing. When I look back at my notebooks, I'm like, wow, that's pretty dark a place I was in. And it just reminds me of God's faithfulness, just a place where you can really breathe. Wanted to add just a little bit from what I was sharing yesterday on the number 2 step, which was being vulnerable in your writing. And that is that there's, for me, 3 different types of vulnerabilities. That's being vulnerable in your emotions and your feelings, and how you are and what state you're in and what got you into that state. And then being vulnerable in worshiping God and coming clean in front of him and telling him, you know, what you're going through, you know, so being real with yourself, being real with God. And then the third one is being vulnerable in your faith and declaration lyrics of healing, of faith, of the move of the Holy Spirit. So you have to be vulnerable there. Something that I shied away from a lot. Slowly, I can see it in my writing that I'm being more vulnerable to the Holy Spirit in prayer lyrics and declaration lyrics and healing lyrics. So that's being vulnerable with yourself, being real with you, being okay to feel those feelings, being okay to come unashamed to God and, you know, show those feelings in worship, saying, I need you. Worshiping is you're humbling yourself, you're lowering yourself, recognizing who God is, and then also being vulnerable with the Holy Spirit in those powerful, I think the most powerful music is the declaration music, but those are the 3. Being vulnerable, very important. Now we're going to move on to number 3 of the process of writing. And like I mentioned earlier, this is not like I need to stop waving my pen at you guys so aggressively. This is not the official process of writing a song. It's Ariana's process of writing a song. So number 3, guys, is boom, ba, da, bum. Can you guess? Collaborating with a musician. Very important. I unfortunately do not play any instruments. I have a ukulele, I have a guitar, I've owned a piano, we have a trumpet in the house. None of them. It's really important to collaborate with a musician if you're like me. I have tons of lyrics and no music to it because I have a melody in my brain. I know exactly what I want it to sound like. I just don't know how to make it a reality. So I have to collaborate with someone to try to get those right. And I'll give you an example of what I do. I put it, so this is a song I wrote. I collaborated with someone and I got the notes right there. So if I ever have to go to another musician, we don't have to really figure it out. I have it in my book. But I would collaborate with a musician. They have an ear for the music. So there's some things that you sing a cappella that you think sound great, and then when it comes with the music, it crashes and it's just a disaster. So you need a musician to collaborate. If you can play an instrument and you write, you are blessed. Like, you are set. Unfortunately, I don't play an instrument, so I have to depend on musicians to get my creation in my brain out into the physical world. If you already know the melody, then once you're done with the song, you can go to a musician and you guys can collaborate and make the changes. Or while you're in the middle of the song, say you have a chorus, but you don't have a melody for the verse, you can also collaborate with a musician, have them just play chords, and you find your way. I love free worship turned into songwriting. It is my favorite thing. My husband will play the guitar, just play on his own, and I'll jump in and just start singing things in my heart, random. Maybe if I have some lyrics, I'll throw it in there and I come out with a song, or at least a chorus, or at least a bridge, or at least a verse. So collaborating with a musician, so important. Number 4 in the songwriting process is don't be afraid to edit. Even once you think that the song is said and done, don't listen to it for like a week or 2 and go back to it. This is once you've written your lyrics, you've collaborated with a musician, you have your notes, you have your melody, your bridge, your chorus. Record it in its entirety. Don't touch it for a week or 2. Then go back, listen to it, and don't be afraid to make edits. This is a song that was in your heart. It's your vision. You were inspired. You hear it in your mind, in your head, in your heart. You know how this song should go. So don't be afraid to edit. Don't be afraid to go back to your musicians and say, hey guys, I want to change this, or I think we could do this better, or let's add this. But give yourself time. The more you look at it, the more you analyze it, the more you go back, the better it could be, the more realistic to what you thought it should be, it will be. So that's my number 4 in your process. Don't be afraid to edit. All right, guys, we're at the end. I'm going to give you number 5 in the songwriting process. So step 5, guys, is add and finalize the title to your song. Hear me out. In the beginning, you might have a story you want to tell. You might have the chorus, and the chorus says XYZ. So, bing, that should be the name of the song. You can write according to that structure of that piece that you have. But I found many times when I'm done with the song, and I've revised it so many times since that first time that I recorded it on my phone or wrote it down in my notebook, that another title fits it better. So step 5, guys, is add and finalize the title to your song. Thank you so much for being a part of this second video. I hope that you can take some things away from my 5-step process. There's 1,000 other things that you can be doing in your songwriting, but this just sums up the basic steps of how to get from A to B to C to D, all the way to Z in your songwriting. Share this video with others, especially if there's musicians you know or people that are wanting to get into songwriting. Please share my video. Leave your comments below. Give me feedback. What do you guys want to hear about? I kind of have an idea already of what next week's video is going to be about, but I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking and for sharing. And remember, guys, you are deeply and fiercely loved.